Hey, I am back again, people, and I hope you're doing well. Like I said, this is going to be an episode with two of my guys, Bolu and Precious, Nigerian brothers with a story to tell and to share their experiences with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this, but I also wanted to let you guys know, if you prefer to just listen to our episodes, you don't really want to see my face, understandable. We do have episodes on Spotify. So all our episodes from the first pilot going down to what you're going to be watching today, you can find out on Spotify and check on Apple Music. We should be there too. Amazon Music as well. And yeah, enjoy the episode. Yes, people. Welcome back to another episode of Lion in the Room. I'm your host, Leo Doche Jr., and today I got a special episode for you guys. I think this is really going to hit home because we all experience something in our lives, man. Today I got my boys, Precious and Bolu, two young Nigerian men living in the UK, and we get to discuss what it's like being away from home, man. The struggle, the pressure, but at the same time, overcoming the hardships, man. How you guys doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Of course, man. Bolu, Alpha, no.
Very, very good.
That's cool. Now, we've been living in the UK for a good while, and my first question to you guys is, how do you feel about the weather? I know for me, I hate having to wrap up. You know, I'm packing up thermals and all them, bro. But how do you feel about the weather, even after this while?
Well, I can't lie. I detest this UK weather, man.
Really?
It's trash.
You know that some places are colder though. You never go there.
I would never want to go there, bro.
Right.
Like, literally. I love the sun so much. Even if I hate sweating. But I love seeing the sun. If I wake up and I don't see the sun, I'm so sad. Like,
That's true, man.
I'm just, why?
It's as though that's a common thing in the UK. Everybody
Yeah.
says the lack of sun affects the mood.
Literally,
really does.
it does. Because you wake up every time, it's gloomy, drizzling. I mean, I don't like wearing like jackets. Literally, since I came to this country, I've not had the proper jackets. So,
See, so I've had like maybe 4 or 5.
it was only when my mom came this Christmas that just passed, November time, I got a jacket. And that's the one in my cupboard right now.
Okay.
If not,
Oh,
the
man.
highest proper jacket I had was sleeveless. Because I want to wear it with a hoodie. I don't like, when I dress up and now come
don't like-
spoil it with the proper jacket.
Man. The swag is more important. Fair enough.
Sometimes utilities needed, child, of that puffer jacket.
I'm telling you, it gets seriously
crazy.
cold.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I do be inside, though. If it's too cold, I'm inside. If I'm not going to where I'm working, I know how I'll move. I wouldn't need a jacket because either I'm wearing my trench coats, like the corporate type of trench coats, or
Yeah.
a proper jacket, and I'm like thermaled up inside. You understand?
That's cool, man.
So yeah,
How was the first time coming for you guys, though? Obviously, we've traveled, you know, we've come out on holidays, but when you're living on your own, that first day, it's as though the cold feels different.
Complete shock in every single way. Like, yeah, even down to, because when I came here in the past, I was privileged to come here in the past. It was more of a thing of, you go straight to your auntie's place and you have a guardian that knows the system a little bit better,
yeah.
guiding you around. And when I say the system, I don't mean anything crazy. I mean things like even just the bus system, the transit system. I was so confused. I remember the first day I came here in Reading, I walked around the campus like, as in not inside the campus, as in, you know, the roads around the campus.
Yeah.
I was just walking around. I didn't know where the entrance was. I didn't know where the bus was. Like, I was just confused. So that's the first, I guess we'll talk more about like social interactions later, but that's just the first word that would really describe my first day or just arriving in the UK. Confusion at the weather. Because you asked about the weather. It's cold, it's wet, but then it's also dynamic in the worst ways possible. Like, the cloud is, there are no clouds. Why is it raining? From nowhere. Just things like that.
That's true. I mean,
Snowing, hailing from nowhere. It's extremely dynamic in the worst ways possible. You can't even plan your outfits because you don't know what's going on. So,
that's true.
Literally.
Confusion.
I never used the bus. Like my foundation year, I never used the bus. It was around the end. That's when I actually learned how to use the bus.
Yeah.
Not for real, man.
Exactly.
I was just trekking. I was walking.
I know, everyone just think, oh yeah, I'm doing it.
Casual stuff.
But
Casual stuff.
we almost lost. First time I was going to my cousin's place in London. I took the train to Paddington. The train was meant to go to Paddington,
We
but
don't talk
everywhere
about
was
London.
packed up that day. I've forgotten what holiday it was. So the train couldn't even stop at Paddington. It took us to, I think, Victoria or somewhere like that. That one to filled up, bro. Like there was no space to move. That's how packed that train was. Train station was. I had to start squeezing I started push people. So the train I had booked on that platform,
You missed it.
it didn't allow us to go in.
Okay.
The train was there beeping for people to come in, but they didn't allow people to go through the gates because the train was packed. The station was packed because they wanted
okay.
people to come down from some other trains. And our train was literally there. We were telling this guy, yo, that's our train, bro. One guy, Greg, with his family, just strong head,
Zoom inside.
pass inside. That's the day I knew that my morals are for to tame people down because that guy just passed, went on the train. And he's the only person that got on the train. The train left.
Wow. Yeah.
That's when the guy was like, oh, you guys should come. I mean, I still didn't know the train system. So I just went. I saw one of the train electric maps. I thought that was the one that shows where you stop, you understand?
Yeah.
So I just was just looking at the line, tracing it to where I'll stop. And I picked the next train that was on that platform. You know, that train was going to Birmingham.
Oh.
I was looking at Google Maps how I was going and I passed my side. Like, come on,
This one no be boss.
That learning the transit system of wherever you're at, it's a very underrated struggle, and people just like, and everyone's just going fast and passing you like, yeah, this is normal. It wasn't normal, like it's crazy.
But
Crazy.
when you look at all of that, at the end of the day, once you actually grasp and understand how to use it, it's actually an advantage. You know,
of course.
Being where we are in Reading, it's so easy to get to London, work, pleasure. You know, you're going to go and meet friends, social stuff. It's easier when you go at the right times. You don't want to go when it's rush hour or it's like morning time, bro, because that's when it's tough, it's hot. But it's cool, man. All right, now, you know, enough of the jokes, but we can get into the deeper side of our conversation, because with every experience, you know, there's struggle. So I wanted to ask you guys this first question. What's been the hardest part of living here? You know, mentally, emotionally, financially?
Mentally, emotionally, I think those ones would work side by side because, yeah, I'd say for me, it's just, you know, family not being here. I do have, okay, not necessarily entirely. My immediate, like my mom, my sisters, my brothers. My cousins are here. I've got nephews, nieces here. That's cool. Yeah. I love that I met a lot of them here as well, you know, for the first time. Good to see the family is expanded like that, you understand? But my sister, my mom especially, I love my mom. Because it's just been my mom since I can recall anything as a human being. Yeah. Even if I had a few holidays with my dad, it's my mom that brought us up. So my mom not being here has just been the hard part. And that affects emotionally. Emotionally, not really. If it's towards, you know, the opposite sex, there's the difference. The thing with that one, I know there's a lot of cultural differences people say when they go into like the dating scene. Me, I'm the type of guy that doesn't really send cultural differences. Yeah. If I like you, it's not about the cultural difference. Like,
of course, fair enough, man.
I'll for sure understand however you reference things in any way. You understand?
I hear that.
But yeah, financially, when we're in the uni, sometimes we're rough. Like, it's overly rough. You won't believe how rough it was. There was a time I missed half of school because I couldn't even pay the school fees at that time. They were emailing me, say, we'll call, we'll redact your cars. I was like, you guys, wait, I'm coming. That year, that's when I even moved into domain next. Because I couldn't even get a house. So I had to, an accommodation. So I had to just pack into domain because it was even still over my expenses. I was bleeding for like a year. That whole academic year I was bleeding. But I had good friends. That's the thing. You need to meet genuine people. And like, what helped me to my cousins, as I said, being here too. Sometimes I could go to the house in London. If I'm hungry, you know, My cousins who supporting me sometimes. My mom, my sister still supporting me from Nigeria. And my friends that were here, because there was one, it got to a time that I also didn't want to bother anyone. Me, that's why I like, as I said earlier, that like the new level of independence is what excites me.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing things on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like inconveniencing people. Because me, I hate when I'm being inconvenienced.
Really?
So I hate inconveniencing people. Even if I know they can help me, I'll try as much as possible to sort it out on my own first. And if it's critical, then yeah, I'll reach out that, okay, so you'll just do this one for me. So yeah, there was a point that I was like, man, I don't want to bother anybody back home or anything, just to be sending money. Like, look at the exchange rates now. But yeah, my friends here, like my boys that are already working, met lovely people down for sure. And that's no lie, Sha. I saw a tweet recently that they say when you come here fresh, the best place to meet people is in the church. My sister sent me the tweet. I was going to tell her to forget that thing, though, but it's true because the guys that really helped me,
from
I
church.
met them in the church.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, the church is full of broken people. You know, not everybody is perfect, but we realize that when we come together, man, we can actually just benefit each other. We can learn from each other.
Literally.
We can make life easier, even if it's just, hey, guy, I'm here for you. You want your
Literally.
come now, no problem. It's chill. That's what I like, man. Togetherness is everything. What about you, Bolu?
So, like you said, just being away from the friends you had made for your entire life, being away from family, but then you now combine that with the fact that something I've noticed with the UK is that culturally they can be a bit individualist. So it's a thing where you look after yourself financially, emotionally, spiritually, everything. You're expected to look after yourself. You can even see it how people are expected to move out at like 18, 19, 20, 21, when that's kind of opposed to what we're used to, where you stay with family, you stay with extended family, etc. And because of the kind of individualist culture, it's easy to have a deepened sense of isolation within the country. So you're by yourself, and because of how British people also, there's also a culture of like niceties. So, hi, what's up? Da, 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 da. Being polite, but it feels like there's not that deeper care there. So you're isolated, but then you have people kind of being nice to you at face value. So that even deepens your sense of isolation. So that was something that was very tough to me. Especially like the first month where I was just keeping to my flatmates, and it was all British people, and cultural barriers mixed with that isolated feeling really affected me for that time period. But like you said, I kind of looked in and like, how do I alleviate this? And it's through building, relationships with people within like not a similar culture, but within a space that I can go to a lot. Things like that, like you said, church. I feel like things like that are extremely important in general. Your nuclear family, if it's healthy for you, church, school, having places you can go to consistently and build actual relationships with people that actually want to know you on a deeper level really helped reduce that sense of isolation I felt for the first few months. Met a few friends. Shout out my friends from first year and everything. Shout out them. Met a few friends, really clicked on a deeper level. They don't know how much they helped me, but I really clicked on that deeper level, and I've been able to build more relationships and just grow. I think I said this, or that it might not be in this, but for some time, my want for like maybe achievements and things like that kind of drove me back into that individualist mindset. But I've veered back into pouring into those types of relationships, pouring into those groups, and just growing. I think that's so important.
That's good.
So yeah, the struggle was just being isolated, and I guess the solution was really finding people that I could really be myself with and growing with them and enriching the relationship.
That's true, man. No, a lot of people needed to hear that, man, because social media makes it look really easy. You know, when you see people clicking, it's not that easy because everybody has their own lives. Deep inside, we might feel like burdens. Deep inside, we might feel like we just don't want to extend that social gratitude to people. You go through a lot, especially when you're in a place you're not used to, especially when you have to, especially when you're expected to be strong, to move forward, to keep your eyes on the prize, you know. But it's good. Let's move into identity and culture shock, because it really is a shock. Now, I'd like to ask, do you guys feel like you're in between cultures? We'll always be Nigerian, but because we have to accept the way things are here, do you feel like that starts to seep into who you are, or it will never?
I would say it depends on what you want to take in. You understand? Me myself personally.
Yeah.
I'm a blank book, or I'm a blank canvas, I would say, or partially blank canvas. My painting is not yet done.
But you're the painter, no?
Yes.
That's fine then.
My painting is not yet done in like what I accept as culturally, identity. But half of it is my Nigerian side. Now,
of
for
course,
sure,
it's
done. Or the frame is Nigerian, made in my hometown. But because from small, primary school, already changed school. Junior secondary school, changed school again.
Yeah.
Secondary school, changed school again. Went to uni in Ghana after that one. Already lost all the friends in the primary school, nursery school, this thing. University, went to Ghana. Had not one single person from my class itself, even probably in that Ghana, that would say, I can't relate with this person. So, new bunch of people.
Wow.
After Ghana, went back home for a year or two, then to the UK. New bunch of people for another 4 years now, counting. So there's no place I've really planted my foot and say that somebody will say, I know this guy and I went to the school with this guy. Nobody will know me. Like literally, when I keep telling people, every time people ask me, you did you go to school in Nigeria? You wouldn't know. Like, yeah, I'm just floating. I've floated everywhere. Understand? So that's why when I came here, it was easier for me to, as I say, I blend in easily. So it's easier for me to accept some things, not everything. I do still have my morals and how I was brought up, So I do know what I'll take in. It's not like I'll come here and start taking the bad sides, because there are definitely very bad sides.
Yeah, of course.
So we do still know our morals. So obviously people, they spoil, people, they change. Not me. I'm not saying I don't spoil. But yeah, I do. My mind is obviously been exposed now to how more people think,
Of course.
When you're back in your country, you only see how people in your country think, people in your hometown think. Now we've come to a city or a country where there's even people from other places here as well. A lot of Arabs, a lot of Indians, a lot of Asians, some Americans as well. So you see how everybody thinks. So now basically we're more exposure.
That's true.
So I enjoy the exposure because I've always been having to see new, change new environments every time. So it wasn't really a bother for me when I moved here.
That's great, man. And with all that you're taking in, obviously being able to choose what is right for you, you're gradually waiting for that art piece to be finished, man.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great to hear. What about you, Bulu? Do you ever feel like you're in between?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like the way things are set up, it's the British society or British culture is molded in the image of the British man, which obviously it's England. And as someone who grew up culturally Nigerian, very culturally Nigerian, it's you're faced with the need to learn pieces of that British culture in order to move forward. Like it's basically made so that if you don't socialize or integrate in the way that is deemed good enough, you can't move forward. So you have to. But obviously that always it will still clash with your Nigerian culture, your Nigerianness, because they're not completely opposed, but they're two completely different cultures. Like it's in different regions, different cultures, different everything. So, like I said, had to learn how to navigate things as simple as greetings, communication patterns, the drinking culture, which is a big thing. You really have to learn how to navigate all of that while not losing yourself in that, because it's always apparent that you are you're from somewhere else within the country. So I feel like it's important to not chase the carrot of being a fully British person, because I can never be that.
Yeah.
I can never be fully, but like I can have ways that I can, navigate so that
Exactly.
I can, move forward, etc., while still keeping my core and my dignity and my mental health and all that stuff. So yeah, I feel like I'm in between cultures from time to time. I tell you the story. So I remember just from working at different places, there's something I noticed quick. If like a British person says, "Oh, I think that maybe you should move that from here to there." That means they really want you to. They really want you to move it from here to there.
Like your job is on the line.
Yeah, bro. It's basically you are 5 minutes away from getting fired if you don't move it from here to there. And me too. I'm just like,
Of course.
And then 30 minutes later, I come to my office. So like that's something I learned. Like the niceties, like people will be kind of like say things in pad it as much as possible. And that's something I had to recognize. Just different things like that. So yeah. And in order to, like I said, keep myself whole, like I'd still, talk to family and like try to go for like things that relate to my Nigerian side and everything. And yeah, just try and keep myself whole.
That's great. I love that, because what I get from what you guys are saying is basically all things are permissible but not necessary. Based off of what you've learned, based off of how you've been raised, what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy, you've carried it as you've grown. What you want to not necessarily adapt, not necessarily emulate, but how you want to move, you look at it, you take it, cool. You don't make it a part of you. But if you see good, you take good. If you see bad, you stay away from bad. Simple as that. And that's good. People struggle. People, they fall into the pressures of the world. What they feel is good, what they feel is bad, what they feel they can handle, and what they feel they can't. But it's always good to know that you should remember where you came from. Remember where you came from, so that it's, at least you have a moral compass. It may not make it easier, but you have what is guiding you. We get older and you can hold yourself accountable for more of your actions. I like that.
Exactly.
Another thing we have to normally look at is code switching. You know, you're talking normally, what feels comfortable to you becomes something that's intimidating or uncomfortable or just violent to the residents of the places that we end up living in. Do you guys feel like you change how you talk or act depending on where you are?
Facts.
I mean, I had to. I'd
100%.
100% say it, man. I had to.
Yeah, 100%. You have to. Like, you just have to, man. I don't know. It makes things just easier because, first of all, accent-wise, I don't want someone to start doing, like, excuse me?
True.
Excuse me?
They can't even hear you.
Yeah, like, you need to pattern up, you understand? Because obviously, you're coming to somewhere that's not the first language. But I'm just saying now, maybe if my language wasn't English and I'm coming, English is the first language. Maybe if I'm Chinese, like, yeah, it's gonna make my life easier as much as theirs as well. You understand? So first things first is to make your life easier. You know, once you can switch up how you talk, you know where a formal setting is, where it's not a formal setting, literally, accent-wise. Nigerians, we can pass our own. Our first language is partially English because we're obviously colonized. So yeah, it's just that. It's simple though, but if you really can't speak English, that's when you have a problem.
What about you, Bolo Alpha?
Yeah, you have to. Like, it's a thing that it's obviously not mandated, but like I said, in order to do almost anything, you have to learn how to code switch. And the frequency and depth at which you code switch, I believe, is based on how many layers of difference you have relative to the population of the place you're in. And as someone that is not only like different on an ethnic level, and on a cultural level, but coming from a completely different place geographically, you have to code switch to another level. Like, man, like during interviews, your tongue will just be twisting. Just be twisting. No. Even like when you're just generally talking to people, your tongue will be twisting. Like I said, like the different greetings, you have to learn that. So in almost everything, you have to. There's some parts of yourself that you have to dull down because, like Leo said, it might be seen as maybe aggressive or maybe how direct you want to speak might be seen as aggressive or make people uncomfortable or whatever. So
yeah, truly unfortunate, man.
Unfortunately, so you have to kind of unfortunately hide parts of yourself and kind of project the cultural, I guess, not only values but behaviors of the population in order to make them comfortable.
True. Fair enough, man. But hey, let's talk about the good now. We've got positives and growth. So, what opportunities have you gotten from being in the UK, or what opportunities have you sourced for yourselves? Because we're all grown guys here, man.
I would just say overall exposure, you know, from where I'm coming from, it's just different, man. It's just totally different. You understand? I'm not a Lagosian. I'm from PH. It's even worse. You understand? PH is one of the top cities in Nigeria, but it's dead. It's a dead city, bro. Like the exposure.
I love PH, man. I love my PH city, bro. I'm always there.
Me too. I love PH. I won't lie. Well, it's actually dry. But not necessarily dry. It's just the exposure levels. You just know it's different. You know, it's different. How people tend to go about things, how life is made easier, you know. Even people you meet, you know, that have been living here. So you just know that there's so totally different mindsets everywhere, bro. Like, people that grew up, because when you speak to people, even people that grew up here, Nigerians that grew up here and Nigerians that grew up in Nigeria, you see the difference. You understand? Some things you do as a Nigerian that grew up in Nigeria, they would look at you and say, well, what's this guy doing, man?
You Raz guy.
Who's this trash guy?
Oh, Lord have mercy, bro.
But it's understandable, man. It's the exposure. So when you come and you're able to pick up the good sides, how to make your life easier,
Mm-hmm.
it's good to learn those and even take it back home, you know?
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, Bolo, I know you like to make the best out of every opportunity that comes your way. And a lot of times you do find yourself sourcing out different opportunities. Is that something you learned as you were living here in the UK? Or is that something you've always been able to do as a person, you know, coming just as a person?
Oh, in terms of learning or trying to take a hold of opportunities, I think that's something that's innate.
Mm-hmm.
But living in kind of like a pressurized, extremely competitive because of, I guess, the lack of resources. So
Yeah.
hyper pressurized, competitive society or place like Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
everybody is desperate to get that one drop of opportunity that's afforded to you, because a lot of it is withheld by, we know how
Hardships.
Some a
Like
lot
the
of
senior-
it, a
senior
lot of
men up
it,
top.
a lot of it, a lot of it's man-made by people at the top. So to even get, no matter, and this cuts across class lines, obviously. As someone that I've been privileged to have like a good upbringing, or like not good, I mean a privileged upbringing. But
I hear that.
something that cuts across class lines, like just the desperation that the average Nigerian has. And as we know, we live in a globalized world, and these quote unquote superpowers have the most, not only have the most cachet in terms of capital, but have the most prestige. So in Nigeria, coming to the UK is seen as something that's insane. And obviously, this even ties into our colonial lineage with the UK. It's something that's seen as higher in Nigeria.
True.
That's the
no,
general
not
sentiment.
even just in Nigeria, you know. I think it's just the way mainstream has painted the West.
Oh, 100%.
Because when you come out here, bro, I'm going to say this, you know, and I love everybody. I love every kind of people, bro. But my mom used to tell me that the white man doesn't wear singlet. Why do I want to go without wearing singlet or not using deodorant? Like, some of the things that they made, some of them weren't using it. Like, and it doesn't mean that that's every white man, but at the end of the day, there are those that don't represent themselves well, you know. But mainstream media has painted every person that lives outside Africa, outside Asia, outside India, you know, as higher educated or, you know,
100%.
better. I mean, yeah, your standard of living is nicer, it's a lot more comfortable, but some of you, you know, don't use it to your advantage. So like, at least that's just me saying.
100%.
But not because we chose to accept it as such, but that's what they were pushing out, you know. I service now, no be so.
I'm very glad you touched on that. It's a legacy of our colonial past.
Yeah.
So with this whole legacy and, you know, bravado that the UK has, as well as the culture of hustle and struggle in Nigeria, when you mix those two, you're almost hypercharged to do as much as you can within the country. So yeah, I think obviously it's innate, but I think those two things really extend it as much as possible, I guess.
No, I agree with you, bro. Sorry, this is me going off topic, but I remember boarding school, bro. You go and they will check you, you know, they will check you Saturday inspection, all that. Go and try and not wear singlet. Say, oh, you want to be dirty. Oh, you want to be this. Oh, you want to. I had a teacher, God bless this man, but he always say, oh, the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. And, you know, it painted an image as though we had to conform to a particular way of living because of what was put on us. But then you come here And you see another person hit by life, they're going through hardships. See another person that is enjoying life and then chooses not to take care of themselves. You see another person that has nothing to their name, but is now holding on to the principles that we've been flogged to remember as though it's open day. You get like it. There's a whole misconception about how people are, you know. And if anything, I would just want people to know that always want to be your best for yourself, not because of who came before or who says, you know. But at least that's just what I have to say. If we have to move on, I would like to go into what I'd call the mindset segment, because here in Lion in the Room, we always like to reflect on what it means to be better in life, what it means to truly be bold. And boldness isn't necessarily going out of your way to make sure that you're present in everyone's lives. You know, we don't push that kind of ego, but we push boldness in a sense where you're curious to be better. You want to love yourself. You want to be an example of true bliss, if that's the word that I'd use now, man, because I don't see a lion looking at his mane and looking at the lioness and it's like, maybe I should skin, bro. You know? No, I'm being for real. So with that, man, I'd like to ask you guys this question here. Honestly, what has this journey taught you about resilience? You look around, bro. I've not gone to any country, at least, you know, I'm not that traveled, but I've not gone to a place and not met another Nigerian brother. Say, oh, I just wanted to ask, bro, you look Nigerian. I was like, how did you know? You know, a Nigerian brother knows. And then you're like, you go to China, go to Japan, go to Sweden. Bro, go to Antarctica, you find one of us there. So, honestly, man, resilience. What has this journey taught you guys about resilience?
Man, we are tough, man, Nigerians. Like, we strong. Wallahi. We are overly strong. That's why he said, with the lack of resources in the country, blah, blah, blah. See Nigerians trying. The basic idea of Nigeria is just to try and get that drop, that squeeze of opportunity. That's why Nigerians, you see them anywhere, they're making it everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see a Nigerian that's made it, that's making it big. We're tough. Even on the personal level, everyone has the struggles. Even I had my struggles from when I was in Ghana, even when I came here to struggles too. But that's life, man.
Exactly.
You need to struggle so you enjoy the good times too. I'm not in the best of times now.
But the good times are
I'm
coming.
still enjoying it.
Yeah, that's good.
There's still the struggles part of it. Last month I literally struggled because I was moving places. So I even struggled last month already.
From the main?
Yeah.
Or big moves?
So now I've entered my new house. I'm enjoying it. So
Congrats.
now I'm appreciating the new house more because I struggled last month. So obviously the struggles will come. But my country, our country, being from Nigeria, how things work there, yes, it's obviously built up the resilience and problems we faced and overcome has done that as well, solidified it. So I'd say I'm a very patient. My patience level has grown so much from when I was a kid. Because I remember vividly when I was finishing my secondary school, my cousin was in the UK. I remember she was doing a PhD. I told her to buy me this Nike high top shoe like this. Every day I was texting her. Have you bought it? Have you bought it? Have you bought it? Until she screamed at me. She was like, why are you doing that? And then I was a kid. I was just pressing. If I wanted something, I wanted it then. You understand? But now, if I'm paying for something and like the agent hasn't got, like moving the houses, the agent hasn't got back to me immediately, like patience. We had to wait for a month to get some replies. Like, and now I'm just carefree, I would say. Yeah, because I've built up the resilience. I've built up the patience. I just know that, man, I'm a good person, man. What's good is going to happen. Like, it's a good thing that's going to always happen to me, last.
That's good.
That's my idea of things right now. So whenever I'm going through something, or like there's a rough patch,
I hear that,
just,
man.
Patience.
Pushing through the struggle and still being able to enjoy your experiences.
Yeah.
being able to understand what it means to appreciate your wealth and at the same time work on your patience too, man.
Mhm.
That's life. That's life. What about you, my bro?
Oh, I feel like in order to even take this journey, you need a high level of resilience. I feel like a lot of people that make the journey of maybe moving, naturalizing, things like that, you have to be exposed to various types of resilience. So in Nigeria, it is usually more having to do with capital, the lack of structure within society, there's things like that. This is more physical suffering. And then you come to the UK and it's more mental, it's more social. This feeling of social isolation, the feeling of otherness, down to the weather. Like I feel like it can you need a lot of mental resilience. And with the immigration system, obviously you feel a bit displaced sometimes. You feel like you don't know if you can finish your opportunity. So there's just what's the word? There's just a lack of stability. So I feel like you come to the UK and it's a lot of mental, but it's still mixed with the capital thing. But you need to when you're making this journey, you have to just experience various types of resilience and just you experience various types of resilience, and it's almost encoded within us by the time you're done or you go back or whatever happens. So yeah.
That's great, man. I love that. One thing you can also accept as well as is that as people, you realize that growth happens. In hard times, in good times, growth happens. Being in this area, like you said, it takes a whole lot of resilience. It takes a whole lot of strength and endurance to be able to take all the hits because you're going through every experience for the first time. It's your life. Sometimes no amount of preparation can get you ready for it. But what defines the defining moment for you as a young man or a young woman, just as a person who is willing to fight back, is how much you're willing to take, how much you're willing to endure, and the resilience. I'm not saying to accept when a man's stomping you, kicking you down, stand up and fight back. But sometimes when there are hard times, maybe you need to be a bit more patient. Maybe you need to be a bit more resilient. Maybe you need to look to God. There's always going to be something you can do. So there's never really going to be a reason to give up. Some great speaks from these guys, man. Some great speaks. But if you could talk to your younger self before you left Nigeria for school, what would you say? Stop sagging your pants, or do this one, or read your Bible, or make money. I had to tell myself to, open my mind to more things because I was going into a world that I had never experienced. Like you mentioned, Precious, you realize that living in Nigeria or being a Thai living in Thailand, you come to understand that more people think like you.
Yeah.
You step out, you realize that there are those that think like you, but it's a different race or shade, or there are just no one. There's nobody that thinks like you. So if you could talk to your younger self, man, what would you tell him? What do you guys tell him?
Pretty much same thing you said, open yourself to more experiences, try. I would say that would probably be the main one, try.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things I would have loved to have learned at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the ones in not uni stuff, like hobbies and stuff that while I was in uni, I wanted to say, come on, let me just try this thing, I'll just try it 1 week, 2 weeks, I'll just drop it, you understand? So like open my mind to like try and like finish off those type of tasks if I've set my mind to do it, you understand? That's what I would have told my younger self.
Open your mind. Great stuff, man. Bolu.
So the first one is you guys said it, so to keep an open mind, because obviously we're moving from one cultural terrain to a completely different one. Not only cultural but physical terrain.
Yeah.
It's a different one. But within having an open mind, you have to also have your boundaries. So have things that you wouldn't take if you feel something is disrespectful. Don't be shy to say that it's disrespectful. We're in different spaces, and obviously people have different types of humor. People have blah 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 blah. But if you have been disrespected, if you feel a type of way, don't be afraid to take yourself out of the situation. Even if you might be letting go of money, even if you might be letting go of people that you think are friends, blah blah blah. Always be comfortable to take yourself out of the situation. It's not always a yes. A lot of people say be open-minded and try everything, but a lot of people don't talk about the fact that sometimes that your closed mind was a good thing. No, sometimes, just sometimes, like sometimes you actually need to know when to, okay, this isn't for me. Oh, okay, maybe I should say no to this, blah, blah, blah. So that's number one. Open-minded, but with boundaries. Number two, take each day as it comes. Don't be too focused on, oh, this is my 10-year plan in the UK and this is I have to blah, 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 blah. Or don't fall into the trap of being obsessed with quote unquote optimizing yourself and things like that. Just take each day as it comes. Enjoy. You already know what you need to do. Do what you need to do for the day. Enjoy the process. Like know why you want to do things. Don't just do things because other people are doing it. Okay, this person got this job and has living your life that you want in the UK. That might not be for you. That's okay. Just take each day as it comes. And then the third thing, really tap in with your friends, really tap in with your family, because like I said earlier, you can get really sucked into this individualist mindset when you're within this culture, because the culture kind of promotes a more individualist mindset. And this is something I've had to really like say, Bolu, stop doing this. So don't withdraw from people. Like you need your people. You need your friends. You need your family. You need to sometimes go back and connect with your culture and just live life to the fullest. Try and do things that make you happy, like, and take each day at a time.
That's great, man. It's great. Being able to hold yourself accountable, stopping yourself when you see that you've gone too far into the wrong junction. That's life, bro. That's normal. That's okay. I'd also like to add that each young person should be willing to seek knowledge. Seek knowledge, read books. It's not just school. It's not just what's going to come in your exams. Like, build a foundation for yourself, uplift yourself, so that there is more to your name. You have more to offer. You can enter any room and you can fit in. Like you mentioned, being able to fit in is not just pleasing, I've come to understand, but you can hold your own.
Yeah.
You get. But I think that's where we can call it a day. Honestly, it's been a lovely conversation. It's been very insightful. And it's been very important because it shows you behind every story that there is struggle, there is pressure, there's patience, there's prayer, discipline, and resilience. We are all young, at least for a time, talking to you. But at the same time, you come to realize that you make the best out of every opportunity that you have. Wherever you come from, whoever you are, whoever you've known and how you've been raised is not enough of an excuse for you to just let your life flow with the wind. Whether you're working on fashion, whether you're working on yourself, whether you're working on another person, do your best, man. Do your best. We're just three young men trying to make a name for ourselves, and if it helps another person, then that's good. People, this is the end of our episode. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out Precious and Bolu's pages. I'm gonna link them in the description as well. I'm gonna put my link. I'm gonna put my link there too. Don't worry about that. But thank you for watching. Do not forget that Lion in the Room is here to remind you to be bold, to love yourself, to trust yourself, and don't forget that Jesus Christ loves you. He died for your sins, and we're getting bolder. Keep moving, man. God bless you and peace. All right. We're back again, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, the episode I had with Bolu and Precious. For me, I really believe that it was very insightful, and it was just filled with honesty, man. Being a young individual with a vision, and at the same time knowing that you are representing those that came before you, e.g. your family, life can be tough. You know, it's not easy coming into a new area and expecting yourself to adapt while also trying to hold on to morals, principles, cultures, lifestyles that you've known before. But honestly, with every opportunity you have, you try to make the best out of it. You learn from people, you learn what you should stay away from, but ultimately, you're always going to be better for it if you're prepared. So yeah, that's what I took from the episode. I hope you took that and much more. And remember to look at life in a positive view, a positive perspective. Put your best foot forward, and remember to be bold, man. You don't lose nothing by being bold. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Take care. God bless you. I love you, and Jesus loves you too. And yeah, man, there's always going to be the lion in the room, but there's another lion, and I'm talking about you. Take care, man. Signing off.